My uncle built a successful business in his 40s, made real money, saved consistently, did almost everything right. But at 55, he was rebuilding from scratch. Not because of bad investments, not because of market crashes, because of decisions that seemed completely normal at the time. That's what makes these so dangerous. Today, 7 wealth killers that will quietly drain your finances in your 20s and 30s. And I promise, at least 2 of these have never been on your radar before. Number 1. Living in the wrong city. This is the one nobody puts on their financial checklist. But where you live might be the highest leverage financial decision of your entire life. Think about it this way. 2 people, same degree, same work ethic, same ambition. One stays in a small market. One moves to a high-opportunity city. 10 years later, their net worth looks completely different. Not because of talent, because of zip code. Cities with strong career ecosystems pay dramatically more for the same work. And here's the part that compounds silently. Your starting salary becomes the baseline for every negotiation that follows. Negotiate from a low number. You climb from a low number. Negotiate from a strong number. Everything after it is higher. Beyond salary, your network lives where you live. The introductions you get, the opportunities you hear about, the rooms you get into, all of it is geography dependent. You can always move back home once you're established. But spending your highest growth years in a low opportunity market is a cost most people never calculate. Number 2. Keeping too much cash out of the market. This one sounds responsible. That's why it's so dangerous. A solid emergency fund is 3 to 6 months of living expenses. That's the right number. But a lot of people quietly stretch that to 12, 16, even 24 months. Because holding cash feels safe. Here's what that safety actually costs you. If your monthly expenses are $4,000, a 6-month fund is $24,000. Smart. A 16-month fund is $64,000. That extra $40,000 sitting in savings at 3.5% instead of growing in the market at 8 to 9%? Over 20 years, and that's roughly $145,000 in lost growth. Not lost to bad decisions, lost to playing it too safe. There's a difference between financial security and financial paralysis. Know which one you're actually practicing. Number 3. Spending to signal success. There's a certain type of person who earns an average income, but lives like they don't. The car is financed to the limit. The wardrobe is borrowed confidence. The lifestyle on social media is quietly consuming 60% of their paycheck. And the reason this matters isn't judgment, it's math. Every dollar spent performing wealth is a dollar that isn't building it. The people quietly accumulating real wealth almost never look the part from the outside. They drive reasonable cars, they live in reasonable homes, and they let compounding do the heavy lifting while everyone else is focused on appearances. Stop measuring your financial life against someone else's highlight reel. It's a race with no finish line and no prize. Number 4. Chasing salary when equity is on the table. If you work at a company that offers stock or equity as part of compensation, this might be the most important point in this entire video. Most people in a negotiation default to the higher base salary. More cash now, more certainty, more lifestyle. But one meaningful equity outcome can outperform years, sometimes an entire decade, of salary. The base salary has a ceiling. Equity has a different kind of math entirely. If equity is available and you believe in the company you're joining, at minimum, understand what you're being offered before you default to cash. Know the share count. Know your percentage. Know what a realistic outcome looks like. Most people skip this step. The ones who don't sometimes change their financial trajectory permanently. Number 5. Waiting for the right moment to invest. There is no right moment, and the cost of waiting is something most people only understand in hindsight. Here's the reality. The stock market's biggest gains happen fast and without warning. Miss the best 10 days in a 30-year window. Your returns drop by more than half. Miss 30 of those days. You've lost 84% of your potential growth. Those days don't announce themselves. They just happen. And if you're sitting in cash waiting for things to feel safer, you miss them completely. Inflation is moving whether you're investing or not. If your money isn't growing at least as fast as prices are rising, you're losing purchasing power every single month without spending a cent. The best time to start was earlier. The second best time is right now. Number 6. Staying loyal to a job that isn't growing you. Loyalty is a value, but misplaced loyalty is expensive. If your company gives you 3 to 4% raises every year, and your starting salary was already below where it should be, the math never catches up. 10 years of loyalty at 3% growth is still a modest income. Here's what the data actually shows. People who strategically switch jobs, especially early in their careers, see income jumps that far exceed what any annual review would have given them. The reason is simple. When you switch, you reset the negotiation. You're no longer anchored to your old number. You're starting fresh, and you can start higher. Switching roles every 1 to 2 years early in your career isn't disloyalty. It's the fastest, legitimate way to rebuild your salary baseline. And everything compounds from that higher starting point. Number 7. Buying more car than you need. A car is one of the most socially acceptable ways to quietly destroy your wealth. The average new car today costs over $50,000. Monthly payment, insurance, maintenance, depreciation. The real cost of owning a new car, when you add everything together, is well over $1,000 a month. Now think about what $1,000 a month invested consistently would look like over 10 years. It's a significant number. And the uncomfortable truth is, a 3-year-old used car gets you to the same places, same commute, same life. Dramatically different financial outcome. Society attaches identity and status to what you drive. That's exactly why this wealth killer works so effectively. Nobody feels like they're making a mistake when they're pulling off the lot. Here's what all 7 of these have in common. None of them feel like mistakes when you're making them. They feel normal. They feel like what everyone around you is doing. They feel like the responsible choice, or the enjoyable one. And that's precisely what makes them so costly. Wealth isn't usually lost in one dramatic moment. It leaks out slowly, through decisions that seem fine at the time. The goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to see these patterns clearly enough to make a different choice, before the cost compounds. Which one of these hit closest to home for you? Drop it in the comments. I genuinely want to hear where you are in this. And if this gave you something useful, follow for more videos that actually tell you the truth about money. No fluff, no filters, just the real thing.